find your purpose, or you have a feeling that something is missing right now, watch this video. I spent the last 6 years doing one of the world's largest human research groups asking people what's their dream. 70 million people followed this adventure, and these clips get seen by over 400 million people every 30 days. But numbers don't matter if you still feel lost. So today, I'm going to show you my 3-step framework on how you can discover your dream so you can find purpose regardless of where you are and where you're starting from. Firstly, change the question. Who has heard the phrase, what do you want to be when you grow up? What if you never feel that you're growing up? It's the wrong question to ask. Instead ask, what problem do you want to solve? Now I know what you're thinking. Okay, Simon, that's great, but I don't know what problem I want to solve. Here's how you do it. Imagine you've won the lottery tomorrow. You get $5 million in your bank account. You've got a few holidays out the way. You maybe buy yourself a house. Then what? What would you do? Now I can hear you rolling your eyes. That's not going to happen, but just play along. Just try this mind trick with me. Help your brain become free and realize that you have trapped yourself by the concept of money, because money isn't real. But it does trap your brain into thinking there's only one track, and that's to make money. But ironically, if you have money, then you are able to think free. So I want you to believe you've got money, and if you can do this exercise, I can break you free from the trap you found yourself in. Now, a lot of people don't agree with me on the point about the importance of rooting your dream and the business you will build around something you love. I can hear you also saying, but Simon, it's not that easy to do what you love. And the common advice from business gurus that don't know what they're doing is start with a market gap or something that no one else is doing. Find a problem you can solve. Think about what other people want. Now that all sounds good, doesn't it? Sounds logical. It's wrong. Now, although there is merit and understanding a market gap and potentially filling it, it's not going to give you the tools you need, the energy you need to make a dream a reality. It's not going to be your true purpose. And most people do follow this conventional advice. And I have seen for the 80+ startups that I've invested in, ones that follow a market gap fail, and the ones that follow a dream succeed. This isn't me telling you what I think. Data has proved it to me. Now, you've probably heard the saying that 90% of businesses fail in the first year. If you believe that to be true, you're part of the same psychology that's trapping you in other areas. It's not true. In England, 23% of businesses fail in the first year. 60% of businesses fail within 3 years. But here's the thing. I have built businesses that have failed but did make money and then didn't make money. So I actually succeeded until I failed. These stats don't show this information. And my first business I ever started did fail within a year, but if it hadn't failed, I wouldn't have done my second business that survived 2.5 years. And I wouldn't be where I am today, a success financially, if those two hadn't failed in the first place. Most businesses that I have invested in have succeeded because the person I've invested in believes so strongly that this problem has to be solved. They will not stop until the problem is solved. So what percentage actually tried again? What percentage actually kept going? Those that care about the problem kept going. Those that were feeling a market gap gave up because it didn't matter to them. It's never the idea that makes a business successful. It's the people and the motivation behind it, the purpose that powers it. You've probably heard the saying, it's only failure if you stop. So what's going to help you not stop? If you have this thing I'm trying to teach you here, then you can work forever without feeling like it's not working. I'm going to say it again, because I need to help your subconscious hear this. The only way you're going to succeed and follow through is if something really matters to you. I want to fix the education system. That's why I'm sitting here teaching you this stuff, because this isn't taught to you in school. Purpose isn't even allowed to be discussed in school. It's too fluffy because it's not graded. But that's the point. What's going to motivate you is understanding the importance of follow through. Follow through and persistence is the #1 trait for all success. And what's going to give you persistence is pain. You have to solve a problem. Pain equals purpose. If you followed the exercise I just gave you a minute ago, and you've given yourself the feeling that you've got abundance, you've got all the money you need, maybe you've managed to recenter yourself to what actually matters to you. Maybe you've come up with a crazy idea or something you'd do if money wasn't a problem. But now you're probably in that point where you're like, I can't actually do it though, Simon, even though I've maybe found it. I know the thing I want to do. But let's just dig in to this thing you want to do. And I'm hoping there's pain here, because if there's pain, we're going to be able to make it happen. Now, let's just discuss the things you love to do. A list of things that you would do if you weren't being paid to do them. It could be like me. I would do these videos if it was making no money. I knew it was helping someone. I would do them anyway because I like talking to the camera. I like sharing what I've learned. I like helping people break free from their limiting belief systems. So what is it you're good at? Maybe you're a writer. Maybe you're a painter. Maybe you can sing. What is it you're good at? What is it you love to do? It probably won't happen unless it's based in pain, and money will probably stop you doing it. So what I really want is your pain. What is your pain? Now, sometimes in life, you might not have had any pain. I kind of wish it for you. You have to understand your pain. This is how I discovered my pain. And it's very nuanced and important. So I'll try to use my story to help you. I'm 15 years old. I've got a middle-class life. I don't really like school because I'm dyslexic and I don't really feel like I fit in. Then my father died suddenly of a heart attack in front of me. Then the next thing was I got thrown out of home and I'm now in the real world on my own. I couldn't get a job because I was too young. I was 15 years old. I went to social services, the benefit system, to try and get help. They told me no. And so I'm stuck. And I'm thinking, crap, what am I going to do to survive? Something woke up in my brain. This entrepreneur muscle, I call it, woke up in my brain. Now, I probably told you a story before, so I'm not going to go into it all again. But what I'm getting to is that at that moment, I wanted and realized I needed, not just wanted, I needed to start a business to survive. And I didn't know how. And then I'm like, the school system's given me nothing to survive in the real world. I could tell you the capital of countries, but I can't tell you how to make money. I can't tell you how to sell. Somehow I pushed through luck, through just no choice. I somehow started a business, a gardening company, and somehow a lot of people helped me along the way. Somehow I survived and started another business, another business, another business. And here I am later, 19 companies later. I'm a success, depending on how you define success, but I own my time. Right, which is how I define success. And so the real pain for me was that remembering that 15-year-old me who went into the real world and the school system hadn't helped me survive. So I'm determined to fix the school system. I will not stop until it's fixed. I want this pain for you. And it takes a little bit of confidence and honesty to confront what your pain can be. Whatever has happened to you that's bad is likely to be the most amazing rocket fuel you'll ever have. So if you haven't had pain, I'm kind of wishing it for you. Go travel the world. Go see people in pain. Go see the world's problems. A lot of people run away from pain. A lot of people don't, especially in England, by the way, wherever you're watching this in the world. I noticed that I see a psychiatrist once a month. Somehow that's a problem. People think that means I've got a problem. It stops me having a problem because I examine my pain, I break it out, I understand it, and then I apply it in a positive way to solve the problem that pain has caused me. This is what we're supposed to do with pain. It's experience. You're supposed to use it. If you buried it in a box or you're ignoring it, you're missing a chance to give your life deep, deep purpose. Pain is where your purpose lives. Now, packaging this into a mission can be complicated. I'm going to try and talk through it. But just before we do this, just recap 1 second, okay? You've let your brain be creative by removing money as a barrier to the next step. So your brain is freed up to think about what it is you want to do. Then we have done an exercise of listing the things you like to do. And then the final bit is try to dig into your pain, the thing that really matters to you or problem you can solve in the world. But how to package it into a mission, how to package it into something that's sustainable. Let's talk through this for 1 second. I have interviewed over 200 of the world's most successful entrepreneurs on my podcast. And the thing that they all have in common is they didn't just want to be successful, they needed it. They didn't have a plan B. There's no other option. And the problem they're solving matters. You have to remove your limiting belief systems about money. You have to remove your limiting belief systems about experience, and you have to remove your limiting belief systems that you don't have enough time. All of these things are going to stop you from pursuing your dream, pushing through and into the pain. If you look carefully at everyone that's successful, you will find someone who's overcome these obstacles. The world's most successful people all have this thing, this unshakable mission, this desire to not just have success, but ensure it happens. Now, one of the things I really need you to understand is that if you have pain and you know exactly what you love to do, you may need still to bring someone in to help you that has hopefully the same pain. By the way, this is the best way to hire. I don't manage people. I have 50 people on my team. I don't manage them. I manage purpose, not people. So if you have hired people that care about the same pain point that you have, then you are not going to have to manage them. They're going to be self-motivated and self-managing. The other thing is you are allowed to make money fixing a problem in the world. If I fix the education system and give people knowledge for free, not going to charge people for this video or help, but I make money doing it, that's a good thing. So another limiting belief a lot of people have is they have to do, a good thing has to be a charity. No. A good thing doesn't have to be a charity. You are allowed to make money from this thing that you have that might be causing pain in the world. Because if you make money, it solves all problems. You can hire even more people to help you with the problem. Now, I'm not with you right now, sitting with you, making notes around this video. I don't know if you've managed to identify your pain and be honest about it. I don't know if you've made a list of the things you actually love. And I don't know how you feel about making money. But if you've moved past all the limiting belief systems of not having enough money to do this, and you have actually been able to dig into your pain and you have figured out your list of things you love to do, then you are ready to actually do it. I think the future of business, and you can be any company with this strategy, is for profit, for good. Businesses that solve a problem that matter to you, that go out there in the world and use the power of business to fix the problems that governments don't fix, to help the people that get left behind. You have this power. I would even argue, if you don't go ahead and do this idea you now have, someone dies. You're going to make a difference in the world. Don't make it about you. Stop making excuses. No one cares about your post. And not going to judge you. You're judging you. That's the only person. Get out there and make your dream a reality. Let me know how you get on. I really want to hear what you're going to do and how I can help you more. There's lots of content on this channel to help you go to the next step. Once you're clear on the things we've discussed here, I'm doing this because I want my son to grow up in a better world than the one we presently have, where the education system is broken. If you want to be a part of that mission, then join us on helpbank.com. Aidan, come say hello. This is my son, Aidan. And I home educate him. Home education, a brilliant thing, is it frees your mind from the system telling you how to live. Sit down, do what you're told, wear the same uniform. Do you like homeschool? 1 + 1 =
11.
The purpose of life is?
A life purpose.
Okay, you want to tell anybody anything out there? We used to live in tribes. Do you want to talk about that?
We used to live in tribes for 5,000 and we need to get back to that.
Helping each other, right?
Yeah.
We used to live in communities where helping each other was the goal. And I think we need to get back to that. Right? Aidan teaches me this. I'm teaching you that. You're not alone in doing this either. Don't think you have to do this on your own. You don't. The strongest people ask for help, right? Right. You want to say anything else? Go have some chicken?
Yeah.
See you later, guys.